Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today I want to go over something that a lot of people ask, and it's not something that I specifically do in my process, but I see a lot of new guys that have questions about if you blind drill your tone channel on your inserts, how do you make sure that that doesn't wind up being crooked after you cut the insert? So what I've got here is this is just a transfer punch. It's a 15/64. If you've got a blind drilled mandrel, what you want to do is you want to find something that will fit all the way up inside of that until it doesn't move, it doesn't rock back and forth. You want the tightest one that you can get inside of there, and then this will give you an idea of where the tone channel itself lies in the middle of the insert here. So this part is going inside to the tone channel. Obviously this is one that's already been cut away. This is going into the tone channel. So when we put this in the lathe and we're going to spin it, it's gonna keep center with the tone channel that's already drilled, and then the part of the insert that hasn't been cut away yet is going to move back and forth, and it'll show you a high spot, and that'll help you determine where you want to cut your tone board whenever you load your insert into the jig. So you take your insert that's already been blind drilled. What blind drilled means is that somebody drilled this on a drill press or in a lathe. They've got a mandrel that slides inside of it like that and helps them to turn it on the lathe between centers. And then when you take that off, you've got the tone channel that's already been pre-bored into your duct call. Again, this is a transfer punch at 15/64. I'm going to slide that all the way into the end, and that helps me center up the insert, and that'll tell me where the high spot is. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the transfer punch and I'm going to put it into the metal lathe. Now, one thing that you want to do to make sure that this is centered up in your metal lathe is turn it on real quick, and that'll show you if this is telling you true center. So slide this back onto the mandrel. Now you can spin the call, or you can spin the insert like this, and that'll give you an idea, or you can spin this part of it and do the same thing. You can tell that as I spin the insert, it's getting closer, and then it starts to move away. You want to be able to identify where the high point is. This will help you tell where you need to cut when you load it into your jig and start to cut it on the bandsaw. So I'm a little bit tighter, just see if we make contact somewhere. There, we're starting to rub. So that area right there is going to have a scratch on it. You can back the tool off. Now you can see we've got a scratch there that's a little bit over 3/4 of an inch. What you want to do is mark your center point, and you can eyeball this, but you want to mark your center point on that mark. You know, whenever you load this into your jig, that this point is going to be the centermost point where the drill bit is drifted up, and you want it to be perfectly centered between the two ends, or between the two edges of your duct call insert. So what you do is your high point in the upmost point, and lock it down right there, and you should have a perfectly centered tone channel in your duct call insert. I've taken this to the bandsaw and I've cut away to where you can see just how close marking the insert that way has gotten us, and it's not exactly perfect. There is a little bit of trial and error to make sure that you get it in there, but that's about as perfect as you can get whenever you're trying to blind drill your tone channel on a duck call insert. So I've not taken it all the way down to the jig because I short drilled this one. My process is a little bit different. I'll show you that sometime later. But what I wanted to do is demonstrate this to where everybody can see an easy way to locate the center point on your tone channel. I still have a little bit of work to do to finish the tone channel out. All of my calls are different on the length of the insert, so I choose to do my tone channels a little bit different. I'm not a fan of blind drilling, so I'll take this over and I'll hand drill the rest of the tone channel. After I cut the tone channel is when I'll be ready to cut the rest of this off all the way down to the jig, and I'll be able to finish out the insert at that point. Thanks for watching today, and if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our BearKraft YouTube channel already, go ahead and do that and click the notifications button, and that'll notify you the next time we post a video so you won't have to wait for it to show up in your news feed. Thanks for watching.